I think we have all 9 localities represented, just doing a
Yeah,
quick. So
we're good as long as the elected officials that are present from their localities are okay to carry votes.
Yes.
Then we should be fine.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. It is 9:32. Do we want to do the pledge? Sid, could you give us the flag? See, this is why I wanted to make sure you're here, Sid, so I could say, Sid. I pledge allegiance to the flag,
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
One
one
nation,
nation, under God,
God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Sid. It feels more like 2020 every moment we do this. Right, do you want to do a roll call, Sarah Keel?
Town of Ashland, Ms. Barnhart. Mr. Trevette. Mr. Chambers.
Here.
Charles City County, Mr. Patterson. Mr. Adkins. I know some people are online trying to give everybody a chance to answer. Chesterfield County, Mr. Carroll.
I'm here.
Mr. Davy.
I'm here. Good morning.
Mr. Engel. Dr. Miller. Mr. Petrosky.
Here.
Ms. Schneider. Dr. Hilton. Goochland County, Mr. Lyle.
I hope you can hear me. I'm here.
Yeah, we can.
Yay, technology.
Mr. Spoonhour. Mr. Kemmerly. Hanover County, Mr. Davis. Ms. Dibble. Mr. Ledbetter. Ms. Pritchard. Mr. Waddell. Okay, saw your message. Henrico County, Mr. Bast. Reverend Cooper. Mr. Dandridge.
Here.
Reverend Nelson. Mr. Rogish. Okay, got your message. Jody. Mr. Schmidt. Ms. Roundtree.
Here.
New Kent County, Reverend Hathaway. Ms. Pearson. Chair Stewart.
Here.
Powhatan County, Mr. Donati.
Here.
Mr. McClung. Mr. Powers. Ms. Vinall. City of Richmond, Dr. Eddings.
Present.
Ms. Jordan. Ms. Knight.
here.
And Dr. Newbell.
Here.
Okay, we are all set. We do have quorum. Again, that's assuming that the local elected officials that are here will be carrying the votes for their other local elected members that are not present.
Yes, for me.
Okay, great. Thank you, Sarah Keel. And
Yes.
just for my knowledge, who is monitoring the chat from our team?
That'll be Sid and I.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Do we have any guests online? Well, if you are there in spirit and don't want to talk, we welcome you. If there are no guests, please remember you're always welcome here. And after everyone having a chance to review the agenda, does anyone have any amendments to the agenda? Right? Anyone from the public online wishing to make a comment? Okay, we're just moving and grooving this morning. Again, please know you're always welcome. We'll move on to our next section, which is the consent agenda, and I'll turn it over to Martha to go over what's going to be on that.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. We have a couple of regular items that you're accustomed to. So our meeting minutes and your intergovernmental review record are there for information and approval. We've also included our 2026 year-to-date financial statements that were reviewed by our Finance Committee on May 22nd. We have our Smart Scale Round 7 project selection. As you'll recall, PlanRVA, as well as the TPO, may submit regional projects for consideration through Smart Scale. So there's a resolution there for the projects that have been recommended for the PlanRVA submission. We also have a request for the Economic Development District designation. This board approved our comprehensive economic development strategy earlier this fiscal year in the fall. And the next step in our process is to submit the formal request. So this action this morning would authorize Chair Stewart to submit the letter of request. And I'll note that through your locality economic development offices, either the economic development director or the local government administrator, whichever is most appropriate for the jurisdiction, have also been requested to submit letters of support for that package. Item F is our regional priorities for CDBG projects. This is a step in the process should there be one of our small cities, non-entitlement communities who are interested in pursuing CDBG funding through the Department of Housing and Community Development. If the project that's being submitted aligns with the regional priorities that have been identified on this form, then it gets additional points in the scoring process. And then finally, 2 administrative items for the board. Each year we undertake review and update of approval for the fiscal year of our virtual meeting policy and remote participation policy. No changes to either of these documents from the current fiscal year. It's just required by the FOIA Council that we do this each year. And then last, we have a memo outlining Chair Stewart's appointments of membership for the Audit, Facilities, and Finance Committee, which just calls for concurrence with the Executive Committee. Since that body's not meeting this morning, we've included it on the full meeting packet. And then also in that part of the agenda, we have a call for volunteers to serve on the Public Outreach and Engagement Committee. So I'll note that if anyone is interested in serving on that committee, please do take a look at that section of the agenda for instructions for how to reach out to Holly Corden, as we'd like to schedule that first meeting for the fiscal year this summer. So lots of items on the consent agenda. Most are fairly straightforward, either because they're something that you're very well familiar with, or are things that we thought in talking with Chair Stewart were appropriate to include here. But happy to answer any questions, or if anyone wants to pull anything from the consent agenda for further discussion, we can accommodate.
Thank you, Martha. Does anyone have any questions about the items presented?
Madam Chair, this is Jonathan Lau Goochland. And this may be better done offline, but I'm interested in the regional economic development aspect. Goochland is going through the process of creating a REDO, which is a regional economic development organization. And I'm just curious whether this might either be in concert or supplement something like that. So just be aware, I'm going to ask you about that later. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
Unless you can answer it right now.
We've been following your activity. There's no conflict. Definitely the goal would be that this would be complementary. The economic development designation for our region really would enable this region, regardless of an EDO partnership or membership or not. So those localities that are part of the Greater Richmond Partnership or a different partnership. I know New Kent is part of the partnership to our east. Is that correct? Chair Stewart? Yeah. So regardless of that membership of any of our member localities, this would enable our member jurisdictions or some partnership of them to apply for, be competitive for U.S. Economic Development Administration funding to move projects forward.
Our genesis on the redo was to access the VEDP, and I did not know if this would be another mechanism for that. So if we don't have to be doing both, I'd just as soon do what we're doing here today. But sorry, I've trespassed. Chairman Stewart, this is not going to be a really quick meeting now that I'm unmuted. I'm sorry.
So we can fix that, Mr. Lyle.
Yes, the power of the button.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your question. Never have to apologize for asking questions here. And happy
I'm not apologizing. I'm just recognizing.
That's why we're glad you're here, Mr. Lyle. Does anyone else have any questions on the many items that we have on our consent agenda? No, there's no one in the chat. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
I guess I should make that motion, or I'll second it.
Sounds like Mr. Lyle moved and Dr. Newbill seconded.
I think you got it backwards.
It was reversed, but it'll still work.
All in favor of approving the consent agenda?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. All right, and we will move on to our FY27 annual budget presentation. Is Chair Davis on the Zoom?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. So Lauren, I think it's you.
Thank you, Chair Stewart. Can everyone hear me okay?
I can.
Yes.
Great. And I'm going to share my screen. Bear with me. Can I get a thumbs up or a voice acknowledgement that you can? Great. Wonderful. So at the end of today's presentation, the Commission will vote on the proposed FY27 operating budget. We'll walk through the factors influencing that decision, and there will be plenty of time for questions. To ground today's discussion, let's briefly look back to where we were about a year ago. I joined the team in January 2025, and I went on a listening tour, both with the staff and with the Audit, Finance, and Facilities Committee. A lot of the challenges that bubbled up made it clear that the first priority had to be a new financial and grants management system, and then a new auditor. A year ago this month, we presented an FY26 budget using the best information and systems we had at that time, which were QuickBooks, spreadsheets, and the incredible brains of Martha and from the finance team, Diane Fusco. As we moved through FY26 and prepared the proposed FY27 budget, every decision was anchored to the key imperative around agency compliance and sustainability. Stronger systems, stronger reserves, and a stronger audit. A budget is not just a spending plan, it's an implementation tool for this key imperative. The FY26 investment in a new financial management system is already improving data quality and timeliness, which supports the analysis that staff need to manage compliance requirements through rigorous revenue and expense tracking and complete cost recovery, meaning every grant, contract, and program pays its share of direct and indirect costs. This is translating to over $800,000 in previously unrecovered costs, which will have an impact on our reserve balance and agency sustainability efforts. Staff will be working closely with the Finance Committee Chair over the summer and with the full committee in August on plans for that incoming cash. In strong partnership with our program leads, the new financial management system has significantly increased our ability to invoice quickly and have clearer line of sight to turn those invoices into cash, which lessens the liquidity burden on operating reserves. Collections on receivables are in excellent shape. Less than 2% of receivables are more than 30 days aged. Increased efficiencies in the system's close process have prepared us to shift from quarterly to monthly invoicing beginning next month on our largest transportation awards, which will continue to support strong liquidity and cash flow. The FY26 work program specifically called for an audit RFP, and Elizabeth Oatman, our manager of accounting, successfully led that process earlier this year. After a robust review and interview process, we are pleased to share that we are moving forward with the audit firm Baker Tilly, a large national firm with a client list including over 4,000 government entities, as well as large planning district commissions and regional councils, which will be helpful as our agency continues to grow and evolve. Their leadership and expertise in our sector, specifically their knowledge on indirect rate recovery, impressed our staff. We anticipate them being a strong thought partner as we lean deeper into the operational priorities of the agency this year. The FY27 proposed budget reflects these planned audit costs and supports a stronger audit framework going forward. Next, I'll share a brief status update on the FY26 financials, which, as Martha mentioned, are included in the consent agenda of your packets. We're currently projecting an FY26 surplus of $19,000. Current revenue projections are 34% above budget, primarily due to additional federal and private grants awarded after the FY26 budget was approved, and as previously discussed earlier in the year, the inclusion of CVTA exclusive staff salary and benefit amounts, which are offset in expenses. Final FY26 financials and any surplus amounts, inclusive of those final cost recovery amounts mentioned earlier, will be shared with the Finance Committee in August and the full Commission in September. Current expense projections are also 34% above budget, primarily due to expected offsets related to those revenue items noted. Any questions on FY26 before we shift to the proposed FY27 operating budget? Okay. The FY27 proposed budget, again, is anchored in that key imperative around compliance and sustainability. Positive net income, or a surplus of $194,000, relates to an intentional building of operating reserves. A full Excel version of the budget is included in your packets, and I'll review the highlights here. Federal funding remains the largest revenue source at $3.6 million, or 64%. This is an intentional shift over the last 18 months to diversify our mix of funding and decrease our reliance on federal funding, which had been trending closer to 80%. The current federal funding includes awards in transportation and resilience, with a small grant for economic development. Note that the state appropriation and the local member dues cover just 20% of our core operating expenses. Revenues from CVTA should be contextualized. Of the amount budgeted, 51% is directly related to the salary and benefits of staff exclusively supporting CVTA, whose compensation expenses are included with PlanRVA's direct labor expenses. The remaining 49% of the CVTA revenue pays for the direct and indirect PlanRVA staff supporting CVTA. Private funding is lower going into the next fiscal year, primarily related to unusually high FY26 awards, of which a large portion was passed through to other agencies related to housing. Expense priorities include protecting core operations and supporting staff capacity while still managing within a balanced budget framework. A proposed 3% merit and cost of living increase is in line with larger regional jurisdictions, plus an additional $60,000 for compensation flexibility and adjustments. Investing in our people goes beyond merit and cost of living. Our health insurance premiums are increasing 7%, which is favorable as compared to the increases at the state level and other agencies. These increased premium costs are included here in the operating budget rather than being passed on to our employees. Additionally, a generous professional development budget allows for up to $3,000 per full-time employee for conferences and related travel, plus an additional $20,000 pool for national and regional association meetings. Deliberate investment in our backbone functions, including the agency's auditor, as previously mentioned, general counsel, and technology services, reflect responsible operations. One change I should flag as compared to FY26 is the shift from a cash operating budget to an accrual-based one, recording revenues when earned and expenses when incurred, not just when the cash is exchanged. This provides a more accurate picture of our ongoing operational health. Because of this, you'll now see depreciation expense and interest and amortization expense related to our building lease, which due to accounting guidance is included as an asset on our balance sheet. We have the tools now to still closely monitor cash, and we're projecting positive cash balances throughout FY27. I'll pause there for any questions on the proposed budget.
Thank you, Lauren. Does anyone have any questions? Lauren, I think you did such a good job. Nobody has questions.
Thank you. Well, if you think of any, I'm available. Feel free to send me any notes.
So yeah, I do just want to give a very thorough thank you to Lauren and the team and Martha and Chair Davis and the folks that sit on the Finance Committee. I know this was a labor of love for the organization, and getting us to this point has been quite a bit of work. And I'm really happy that we are on the monthly billing and recovery basis and that we are actually doing work that we are paid to do and recovering that payment. So thank you all for your very hard work on that. And if nobody has any questions, I will entertain a motion to approve the FY 2027 budget as presented.
So
So
moved.
moved.
Can you all say
Second.
who you are?
I heard a simultaneous so moved, but this was Jerron Dandridge.
And Cynthia Newbell.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Yay.
We need to do
Aye.
we need to do a roll call vote.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. Well, Sarah Keel, take it away with a roll call vote.
Just give me 1 second. Okay, Town of Ashland, Ms. Barnhart. You can also put it in the chat if you're having difficulty unmuting. Ms. Barnhart, are you able to unmute? Okay. All right, we can come back to Ms. Barnhart. Mr. Chambers,
Aye.
Charles City County, Mr. Patterson. Okay, I see your eye. Chesterfield County, Mr. Carroll,
Aye.
Mr. Davy. Okay, Anita, I see your vote come through. Still waiting for Mr. Davy. Okay, thank you. Mr. Petrosky,
Aye.
Ms. Schneider,
Aye.
Dr. Hilton, Goochland County, Mr. Lyle,
Yay.
and Mr. Kemmerly.
Aye.
Hanover County, Mr. Waddell. Okay, I see your vote come through. Henrico County, Mr. Dandridge,
Aye.
Mr. Rogish,
Aye.
Ms. Roundtree,
I put it in the
She
chat,
put it-
but yes, aye.
oh, thank you. Lots of moving parts. New Kent County, Chair Stewart,
Aye.
Powhatan County, Mr. Donati,
Aye.
City of Richmond, Dr. Eddings,
Aye.
Ms. Knight,
Aye.
and Dr. Newbell.
Aye.
Okay, we're all set, passed unanimously.
Thank you.
Sarah Keel, and thank you, everyone. And Dr. Newbell, I see you have your hand up.
Yes, I just wanted to take a moment to compliment our staff for the incredible work that they've done in this whole area. Lauren and the rest of staff, from the new software, the surplus, really recouping all of our administrative costs, establishing nonprofit to give us even more opportunity. Just want to recognize and appreciate the incredible work you're doing and to say thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Newbill. We appreciate it.
So yes, thank you, Dr. Newbill. And next we will move on to a special recognition, and I will let Martha start with that, and then we will recognize while you all listen to me read a resolution.
Thank you. I am hoping, Barbara, you are able to interact with us if you desire. You may tell us your mic still doesn't work if you are feeling a little shy. We were hoping that you might not notice this particular item on the agenda prior to this morning. So we're catching her off guard potentially. It's with enthusiasm for Barbara that I share that Barbara J. Cox on our team is going to be leaving her permanent full-time status with us at the end of the fiscal year, at the end of this month. She has faithfully led numerous initiatives in our organization, and many of you might recall that she actually served as our interim executive director more than 10 years ago now. And it's just been a real pleasure to have her wisdom be a part of building the team that we have today, to have the work that this organization has undertaken over the last more than almost 2 decades in serving the localities across the region, and to see the relationships that Barbara has built throughout her career, really, but as a professional planner in this region. And we wanted to recognize her service to our community and to the field and to our organization through a resolution, and are just so grateful for everything that Barbara has poured into PlanRVA in this region and the people that work with us.
So thank you, Martha. And Barbara, if you're on, you can stay muted if you want. We won't ask you to provide comments unless you really want to. But now I'll read the resolution.
I do have comments. I wanted to thank Martha and all of you. It's really hard to leave. So many plans taking shape and coming together, especially now. But when is it ever a good time to leave? A planner's work is really never done. The 17 years at PlanRVA has been a great opportune launching place for me into active citizenship in my region, in my community, in my neighborhood, and through my faith community. And I leave this post knowing that PlanRVA has a very strong leadership, a well-tuned strategic path forward, a dynamic and talented staff, although stretched to the max with opportunities before us, and strong elected leadership around the table. I have utmost respect for those of you in local elected and appointed leadership. You couldn't pay me enough to attend all the meetings and come to and listen to constituents and come to resolution with such a wide variety of your constituents, making sound decisions about our future. I'll continue to be actively engaged and always learning. I'm eternally grateful for this opportunity to cap off my career in the community I love so much. So thank you.
So thank you, Barbara. If you're bored in retirement, I can send you my meeting schedule and you can just attend the ones that you like. But I'm now going to read a resolution that Martha has put together, and we'll have the opportunity to approve this resolution when I'm finished reading it. So, whereas Barbara J. Cox has devoted 48 years to the planning profession, serving communities across Virginia, both in the public and private sector since 1978, and whereas Barbara J. Cox earned a Bachelor's of Arts in Urban Studies from Virginia Tech in 1975 and a Master's in Urban Planning from the University of Tennessee in 1978, and whereas Barbara J. Cox began her planning career as Planner 2 in Chesterfield County in 1978, and went to serve with K.W. Poor & Associates Community Development Planners from 1979 to 1988, Higgins Associates Landscape Architects and Planners from 1988 to 1997, and McKinney & Company Architects, Engineers, and Planners from 1997 to 2009. And whereas Barbara Jaycox has served the Richmond Regional Planning District Commission since 2009, contributing 17 years of dedicated service to the region. And whereas Barbara Jaycox has mentored many young planners throughout her career, sharing her wisdom, encouraging best practices, and supporting professional certification. And whereas Barbara Jaycox is a member of the Virginia chapter of the American Planning Association and a charter member of the American Institute of Certified Planners, and has contributed to the planning profession across the Commonwealth through assistance with major planning documents and related initiatives. And whereas Barbara Jaycox led the initial development of the Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy in 2014 and the subsequent updates thereto, and whereas Barbara Jaycox has been integral to the development of numerous specific PlanRVA initiatives, including the Regional Green Infrastructure Report, Water and Sewer Reports, Chapel Island Trail and Signage Installation, Early Existing and Future Land Use Regional GIS Layers, the Bus Rapid Transit Pulse Corridor Plan, the Richmond Regional Transit Vision Plan, Near-Term Strategic Analysis, PlanRVA, the Trolley Line Public History Project, and the Market Value Analysis. And whereas Barbara Jaycox has been key to laying the foundation for PlanRVA's current housing work and developing the Housing Strategic Plan, and whereas Barbara Jaycox has been a deft facilitator of collaboration among a wide range of regional stakeholders, helping advance complex initiatives through thoughtful leadership and partnership building, and whereas Barbara Jaycox is a member of the Leadership Metro Richmond Class of 2017, and whereas Barbara Jaycox has also demonstrated a strong commitment to social justice work through her church and through a coalition of 22 metro area churches focused on addressing affordable housing, gun violence, and the creation of decent, safe, and sanitary housing. And whereas Barbara Jaycox will retire from PlanRVA on June 30th, 2026, leaving a lasting legacy of professional excellence, regional leadership, and public service. And now therefore be it resolved that the members of PlanRVA do hereby express their sincere appreciation to Barbara Jaycox for her dedicated service. Be it further resolved that PlanRVA extends its best wishes that she shall have continued success, prosperity, and the enjoyment of life for many more years to come. Now that we all feel unaccomplished compared to Barbara, I'll accept a motion to approve this resolution.
Absolutely.
So hear
Thank
that motion
you.
from Dr. Newbill?
Yes,
Second.
absolutely. So moved.
Is that
Second.
Mr.
Rogish.
Rogish? All right, all in favor of accepting this motion?
Aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Be quiet. Sounds great. Motion passes and the resolution is accepted. We will move now. I don't really know how we follow that, but we will move now to our regional roundtable innovation and collaboration showcases. And I think on this one, we were going to go around the horn, Martha, unless you tell me this is wrong. We're going to go around the horn and let you all, each locality, provide a brief update because we won't see each other for a little while during the summer. So if you've got anything going on in your region, please feel free to share. Do we want to start? Is anybody on from Ashland? Miss Barnhart, maybe? We can go just in alphabetical order with localities.
Ashland is planning on giving an update. This is Brent. Anita, are you able to speak? Okay, let me go ahead and just do a quick update since we prepared an update for you. We are very lucky to have welcomed Mike Craig in the last few months as a new Director of Planning and Community Development for us. And Mike's going to give a quick update on some of the innovative things going on in Ashland.
Awesome, thank you and welcome, Mike.
Mike, are you able to speak? No.
Okay, Sid's gonna fix it. Anita,
That's
I'm
my
sorry
fault.
that we have not been able to.
That's my fault. I didn't let Sid know that Mike was here this morning. I apologize. We just have to change his settings.
Okay, you should be good.
You might have to go out and
How
then
about now?
back
Can
into the
everybody hear me
meeting.
now?
That's what I had to do.
Yeah, I think we can see you now, Mike.
Good. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. Hey, well, thank you all for the welcome, and very excited to be here. Some interesting stuff going on in the town of Ashland. Briefly, transportation projects. If anybody has been to the town recently, you will have seen England Street, the main thoroughfare, under construction. That project is now nearing completion. The sidewalks in the core downtown have been widened. The road's been repaved. There's some new stamped asphalt medians. Working on the streetscape components of that, some trash cans and benches once the final striping is done. So we're excited to be bringing that to a close. Working on a project called Hill Carter Parkway Extension. Hill Carter Parkway serves some industrial and commercial areas in the town. Parallel route to 95, actually kind of a north-south route. Smart scale funded program anticipated to be built in 2029 that would extend that facility from where it terminates now at one of the trucking facilities up to Quarles Road. So that'll be a major improvement to help divert truck traffic out of the main core of the downtown, encourage business activity in that area and get things flowing right to 95. So we're excited about that. And then we're gearing up for a Divergent Diamond. I know several localities have built these now throughout the Commonwealth. And Ashland will be one of the next ones. The VDOT is our partner on this program. It's another smart scale project anticipated to be built in 2030. And we're in the design stage for that. So exciting transportation projects ongoing. And some interesting land use projects as well. There's an old elementary school very close to the core downtown called Henry Clay Elementary School, owned by Hanover County, who's worked with a gentleman named Edwin Gaskins, who some of you all may know from his work doing similar projects throughout the state. He has applied for a rezoning to do an adaptive reuse of that elementary school for 50 multifamily units. So that'll be some work for Brent and Anita over the summer anyway to do the public review of that project and see if it fits into the community, which preliminarily looks very positive. We are working on a new form of plan development, mixed use, just an update to the town code to accommodate some of the newer style of development that you've seen very successfully throughout the region, including places like on the higher end of the spectrum, Libby Mill, Chester Village, a great example of one of the developments that the Planning Commission here in the town has been looking at and drawing comparisons to, along with some others, in order to see what needs to change in the Ashland ordinance in order to kind of enable that type of development. And one of the key potential parcels that could be applied to is a tract called the Holland Tract. It's about 287 acres where there's been a plan for a business park for some time, and that plan with the comprehensive plan update evolved to a portion of that parcel maybe being appropriate for this kind of mixed use center to complement the downtown and be a new walkable area in the region. So that's very exciting. A lot of work forthcoming in the land use realm here in the town. One last thing I'll give an update on. I'm new to the town of Ashland. Previously was working in the city of Fredericksburg. And one of the things when I was looking up the town that I thought was very, very interesting is an approach to zoning enforcement that is called the AHA trailer, AHA exclamation point, AHA. It's called Ashland Helping Ashland. It's a program whereby the town has equipment, folks that have overgrown grass, trash, they just cannot get help. Either they're financially strapped or disabled or some other thing to clean up these kinds of nuisance enforcement things we're all dealing with all the time. This is a trailer that could be rented by charitable organizations or by the homeowner themselves or their neighbors or with agreement, obviously, of the property owner to bring that equipment on site and actually mow the grass or clean up the garbage or something else. And we've had some success with that, but that's a part of our program that is very innovative and interesting from a statewide perspective. Certainly caught my eye when I was coming into town. So thank you all for the opportunity to speak today. I look forward to meeting more of you all as time goes on. And thank you, Brent and Anita, for letting me speak.
It's great. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. That was a great update, and we might have to break my rule of not going north of New Kent and visit Ashland sometime soon. Charles City, do you all have anything for the update? We'll come back if I call on your locality and it takes you a while to get onto the mic or the video. We'll come back to you. Chesterfield County.
Sure. I'm going to start and Jessica's going to finish. She's got some things in her district I think are pretty cool to talk about. We are getting close on an announcement for a new county administrator. That's something we should be probably within the next week or so putting out. We also have a new elementary school ribbon cutting coming up. We had an ER ribbon cutting yesterday. I think it was yesterday, a topping off ceremony for our new police station on the Midlothian Turnpike. And we also have a topping off ceremony coming up for a new high school in the Matoka district. So I'm going to be a little more succinct because I know there's 20 minutes for everybody. So I'm going to turn it over to Jessica because I know she has an exciting announcement coming in her district.
Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, if you don't have anything happening today, there's actually we're having the ribbon cutting and the grand opening for the park at River City. Perfect day for it. We've got a huge splash pad, climbing equipment, the announcement of the heron at the top of our climbing. So we put it out for the public to name it. I did not like the name they chose, but that's okay. It's all about them. So we'll be out there from 4 until 7 today, having events, and it happens to be International Day of Play, and Lego will be there helping out with celebrations and some giveaways as well. So if you have some time, stop on over to River City and check out our new park with huge splash pad. It'll be awesome. So yeah, other than that, I think we're working on comp plan updates. Yay. Those are the things that we don't like doing, but you know, they are definitely necessary, and we've been working to try to get those things done. So yeah, excited about what Kevin was talking about with the new county administrator announcement as well. So thanks so much, everybody.
Thank you both. That sounds very exciting. And don't let my county administrator hear about the splash pad because he's been asking for one for a long time in New Kent. And Goochland?
Yes, indeed, Guy. If you'll let me, I'll carry the water here on this.
All right, that sounds great.
Thank you. We have a new county deputy county administrator. Elizabeth McDonald had been our director of Department of Public Utilities, and she now has been elevated to deputy county administrator. I want to say thank you to my friends in Henrico because she came to us from Henrico's Department of Public Utilities, and so you all trained her well. We appreciate that, and we're looking for great things from her. The Lilly folks have filed for their plan of development. They are proceeding with that economic development. And the Amazon distribution center on 623 Ashland Road is probably a week away from getting their certificate of occupancy. So both the Amazon distribution center as well as other distribution center on Ashland Road, Axial, are both close to receiving certificates of occupancy. So activity is proceeding there. As I mentioned earlier, Amelia, Powhatan, and Goochland are pursuing a regional economic development organization. That has been done so that we will have more liaison or more integrated communication with the folks at BEDP. Yesterday at 4 o'clock, I was advised that a pre-application has been filed for 900 acres here in the county for a data center campus. So that process is starting. I believe it'll have up to 8 buildings if approved. It does require a CUP, and so that process has started. The group is out of Denver, Colorado. Tract is the parent company. They develop and then they lease out to folks like Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. That I expect will encompass a lot of bandwidth here in the county. We do have a ribbon cutting today at 6 o'clock for a Honda dealership. It is named the Honda dealership of Short Pump, but I want to make sure everybody knows it is in Goochland by about 5 feet across the county line. Misty, that's right up against your, so let me invite you. You can be my +1 if you like. And they understand they're going to have some hors d'oeuvres and other things that are stand up. So we don't have to report this in our disclosures, but our Divergent Diamond is proceeding. It's still in the planning stage or the engineering stage. We have several smart scale applications in for 288 where we're looking to have auxiliary lanes both north and south. And then in the western part of our county, there's a group called Valley Link that is looking to put in a 765 kilovolt line that would run from Campbell County all the way up to Culpeper. That has certainly, no pun intended, energized the community. There's not a whole lot, there's zero interest in seeing this happen among the community. However, this is part of the FERC and PMJ network, so that process is working its way towards the State Corporation Commission, eventually ruling whether or not it is a needed line or not. So there's more I could continue on, but I think that's enough for sleepy little Goochland for today anyway.
Thank you, Mr. Lyle. Hanover? I saw something in the chat, but I didn't see what it said about Hanover, Sarah Keel.
It looks like Mr. Waddell says, I will limit my comments to my Henry district. A new elementary school to replace Battlefield Park Elementary is scheduled to go online this school year. Discussion on how to repurpose existing school facilities is ongoing. Work on Pole Green Road widening is ongoing and now showing site prep work. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Henrico?
Good morning, this is Jody. I'll start, and then if Misty has anything to add, Misty chime in afterwards. But of course, we have a lot of projects going on across Henrico, but I think the only thing I'll talk about is that we've been working on the Henrico County Comp Plan called Henrico Next for 2045. That's been ongoing for a little over 4 years. Just recently, in the last month, we sent over 200,000 postcards out to residents and had several hundred people show up to a couple of different meetings to kind of finalize the comments on the comp plan. Tonight is actually the public hearing at the Planning Commission, I think 6 o'clock, with the anticipation of the Board of Supervisors voting on the comp plan in July or August of this year. So I'll put the website out in the chat, the Henrico Next, if anyone has any comments, thoughts, etc. Take a look at that. But I think that's a good update for Henrico County, given everything else and where we are time-wise. Misty, if you have anything else to add?
I'll just throw in my 2 cents. I mean, obviously, we do have a lot of stuff going on, but as far as the comp plan, I am proud of it. I do think that we've got the language in there for environmental justice, which had not been in there before. We are focusing a lot more on the sustainability aspect and the transit portion, public transportation, walkability, all of those things. So I feel like it's a really forward-thinking document. And also really proud about the public engagement that Jody talked about. We had 2 sessions last week or the week before where folks were waiting. We had to actually open it up 15 minutes earlier because folks were lined up waiting to get in to see what we had put together and to provide comments to staff. So we have worked it, different permutations of it, but proud of the version that's going to be going before Planning Commission tonight. So yeah, I'm excited.
Thank you both. And I will give the New Kent update because I think I'm the only one on from New Kent today. If you see in the news, we have nothing exciting going on at all in New Kent ever. We did just approve with our budget that we voted on last month, we did just approve a replacement elementary school So that will still keep us at a total of 2 elementary schools, 1 middle school, 1 high school. And we'll hopefully begin construction on that soon. We also approved funding for a new courthouse, which will allow us to retrofit the old courthouse into a new administration building because we're kind of maxed out on space there. We also are adjusting our process with the very popular speed cameras on 64. As of July 1, that revenue is directed to traffic safety improvement. So we are working a lot with our sheriff's department on how we do that, and it has reduced speeding on the interstate tremendously. Our sheriff just reported the other day at our meeting that they're not clocking people going 90, 100 anymore. It's more in the 71 to 81 category. So it's really working and doing what it's supposed to do. Before July 1, I believe the cameras will shift or be added to the eastern portion, aka my district. So I am sure I will get lots of fun feedback about that. But we also have Colonial Downs. If you have not been, it is racing season. So they're racing almost every single day of the week. So if you have free time, come out and join us for a race. One of us is probably always there. We do also have Military Tuesdays at Colonial Downs. So they do a Veterans and Military Day. So they do like free play, $5 meals, those type of things. So we're having a really robust turnout on those days for our New Kent Veterans group. So if anyone is interested from the military community, we are always out there doing something. And then any other stuff you can read in the paper about what's going on in New Kent. Powhatan?
All right. Well, forgive any background noise. We're always moving at a slower pace. So hearing all the updates is quite incredible. We're constantly trying to balance targeted progress while maintaining preservation. So we are excited, as Lyle mentioned earlier, our REDO that we're a part of for economic development. We're excited about that. We're in the midst of a comp plan revision, which is never easy, but certainly necessary. And then we've got a big 4th of July event coming up, which we're excited about. So there's a busy summer, lots of new businesses, commercial, industrial, coming forward for Powhatan County, which we're excited about. So that's what we've got going on.
Thank you. And last but certainly not least, the City of Richmond.
Yeah, I'll be brief. I think what I'd like to start with, of course, this year marks the 250th anniversary of our country, and the City of Richmond and the Virginia Museum of History and Culture are hosting what we call the Richmond Sail Fest. This will be the kickoff in Central Virginia's countdown to America's 250th anniversary. Richmond will host several what we consider to be pretty impressive tall ships, along with dockside entertainment and concessions. This will be family-friendly weekend-long festival with feature ship tours, live music performances, historical reenactors, exhibitions of history and art, etc. The event will start with the opening ceremony tomorrow at 10:30. And this will be, again, and I suspect you've been to our Dock Street Park and Intermediate Terminal area. There will be fun food, performances, etc. And so we welcome everyone to attend and join us. And again, that's marks our 250th anniversary, and we're really pleased to partner with the Virginia Museum of History and Culture to kick off the celebration in Central Virginia. Other than that, we have a lot going on. We are in the midst of what we call Code Refresh, which is a zoning update for us. It's been about 50 years since we revisited it, and so a lot of community engagement. And City Council will be meeting on Monday to further discussion. We have at least a second iteration and looking to get to the third so that we can get that back out to the community. And I think I'll just leave it at that. We have other projects going on. I hope that we will have opportunity to share subsequently in terms of other kinds of things that we have in progress from transformation of our public housing communities. We still have what we refer to as the big six public house, because there are six of them, but we're in the midst of transformation. Two are in progress, a third moving forward with that, but more to come. But I look forward to seeing you over the weekend, again, starting tomorrow. And for 3 days, again, from Friday with the opening ceremony at 10:30 through Sunday. I think I'll leave it at that.
Thank you, Dr. Newbill, and I'm very excited about SailFest. When I worked for Governor Youngkin, I actually got to do the invitations on behalf of the governor for the International Navy ships coming here. And I remember thinking when we sent those out back in 2022, that 2026 and the 250th was a lifetime away. And I can't believe that it's here now. So lots of exciting stuff all across our region.
And the ships are really huge. I mean, really coming out and seeing them, having the opportunity to tour, and then it's a plethora of activities for the entire family, just a weekend long celebration. So please join us. I'll be looking for you.
Thank you. I know we've gone around the horn, but I want to give, before we adjourn, any last opportunity for comment if there's anyone on the line that has a burning desire to talk.
Mr. Patterson from Charles City County. He just left a note in the chat that said we're continuing the good work here in Charles City County, and we have site plans for a data center under review by right. And then Mr. Waddell also just popped something in the chat. And then Jessica, Mr. Waddell said he wants to dovetail on Dr. Newbill's comments. On many of the Saturdays during the summer, Parsons Cause Foundation hosts live performances of historical figures at 10 a.m. Patrick Henry and George Washington will make appearance on June 20th. And then he put the link in the chat. So, all right, all you, Jessica.
No, I was just going to say that the ships are actually passing Henricus Park. If you today, they've been watching it. It's been moving back and forth, but staff just updated and said somewhere between noon and 2, you'll be able to have clear sight on the bluff at Henricus of the 3 ships coming up the river. So if anyone is interested, so
awesome,
very exciting.
Well, thank you, everyone. Firstly, thank you all for getting on a virtual meeting. I know that this is more normal than it used to be, but it's still not without its challenges. And I know that we like to be in the room with one another. So thank you for being here, and thank you for being engaged. And thank you to staff, Sid. Thank you for getting everyone on the mic and on the camera. Sarah, Keel, Martha, Lauren, everyone, just thank you. Thank you for everything you did to make today possible. And if no one has any last remarks, I will. I can't remember. Can I just adjourn, Eric? Okay. Well, we are adjourned at 10:29. Pretend I'm mashing the gavel. Have a good day.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.